we have made it to the Dispersed camping area. Hey everyone, I am back. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm Sammy, and I am with my dog Chicken. She's right there. She's so cute. And we are wildflowers in the rear view. For those of you who don't know, Chicken and I live in a 26-foot travel trailer, and we travel full-time. I run my business, Wildflower RV Repair, and I do mobile RV repair and inspections. And we kind of just travel wherever we want to go and do the RV work on the side and as my business. And currently we are in Washington State, over kind of on the east side, near Yakima-ish. And I'm doing a work camping job, which I have so much to tell you guys about that. Really great experience. Definitely have learned a lot. It's like they say, you don't know what you don't know. And this experience has taught me a lot of things that I didn't know, now I know, and will, base a lot of decisions off of in the future. So anyways, not what this video is about. For those of you who don't know, and I'm sure a lot of you do, the Wandering Shores, Kyle and Michelle Shore, have this wonderful map that they provide to everyone for free campsites around the US that they do tons of videos on, basically giving you an overview of the area and then all of the utilities and amenities that are around, water, dump, groceries, mail, all of that. Well, I was just happened to be on their map of places that they haven't published yet because they haven't been to it, and there's one about 30 minutes away from me. And Chicken and I aren't working today, so we both thought, I'm speaking for her, why don't we go on a drive and check out this spot? And that's what we're gonna do. So I want to take you guys along and show you the area, and then afterwards we'll go over a bunch of amenities in the area. And since I've actually been staying in this spot that I'm in right now, I know some hidden gems and some local guide type things that I've been told, so I can't wait to share that with you guys as well. So without further ado, let's hit the road. And Chicken, are you ready? Okay everyone, so we have made it to the Dispersed camping area, and let me show you guys what it looks like. So we're at the front entrance of Wenas BBQ Flats recreation area. Alrighty, so we've got 7-day camping limit. It is July 13th, so we are in the no fires, and it's going to be down this road, which we're going to drive down in just a second. But this is what it looks like. This is the area. Very nice. And you have this little kind of staging area right here. Okay, everyone, so something to know about this area is it is free camping, free dispersed camping. It does require a a Discover Pass, which is $10 per day or $35 annually. So if you're going to be staying here for the max time limit of 7 days, it just makes sense to buy the $35. So I guess it kind of makes it $5 a day. But if you plan on doing any other activities, ooh, there's this bug. If you plan on doing any other activities in Washington or staying in Washington, the Discover Pass is a widely used pass in the state. So I think it would definitely be worth it to just buy the annual pass. It literally pays for itself in 3.5 days, and there's tons and tons and tons of other places that you'll probably end up going that you would be using that for anyways. And this bug is like dying in my windshield. Ooh. But anyways, let's keep going. Got a spot right here. As you guys can see, there are tons and tons of spots over here. It does look like this area is probably very much OHV friendly, especially in the summer, I would assume. There are 3 bathhouses that I've passed so far with what I'm assuming to be vault toilets. And the road in is pretty great, honestly. All this spot that I've been on so far is compacted gravel, and then a bunch of little pull-offs basically into the grass that look like camping spots. So none of them look necessarily designated in terms of spot numbers, but more so in terms of tire tracks and kind of worn down road. So, but let's keep going because this area does look huge, and pardon the bumpiness. There's a lot of rocks, and I'm in a dually, and so smooth driving is not necessarily a thing. There is actually, I think I'm driving through it, and it doesn't look to be really full right now, but there is a creek, and so I'm assuming seasonally the creek runs. But like I said, or the poster really said, there's no camping within 100 feet of streams. I'm looking over now though right now, and I actually see a little horse trough with water coming out, and I don't know what that is, but let's go check it out. There are lots of what appear to be bees, maybe wasps, so I'm not gonna get too close, but that's pretty cool. Oh my god, there's so many wasps. Pretty cool though. So this place is pretty cool. I definitely will say, if you're looking to stay in the area that I showed at first that has the pit toilets, I think tons of room for bigger rigs, a good combination of solar and Starlink capabilities. If you want to go outside of that area though, I would definitely say, if it's possible to scout it beforehand, I would do that, because the roads are not necessarily potholed. They are just very, very bumpy from compacted rocks and loose rocks. If you guys can see, the camera is like, I'm trying so hard to hold it steady. But it's just really bumpy. And not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but depending on how far back you want to go, it could be annoying / turn into a problem. So like I said, if you're looking to stay where those toilets are, really no problems. Pretty big rig friendly. It's really just going past all of that turns into maybe somewhat of a gamble. But the area is definitely beautiful. It doesn't really look like Washington to me. It honestly kind of looks like Colorado, where it's dry but there's trees. So super cool. I'm actually gonna do a bird's eye view. I don't have a drone, but we'll do a bird's eye view on Google Maps, Google Earth, so I can show you kind of the areas. And then also we can go over some places in town for amenities and stuff like that. So I'll keep filming so you guys can see the drive a little bit better, but I'm probably gonna look to turn around pretty soon. Okay, scratch that. I actually went a little bit further down the road looking for a place to turn around, and I've stumbled onto what looks like some more great dispersed camping, that's not near the vault toilets. So if you want to get away, this might be another option for you. So let me go ahead and flip the camera. Okay, so this would definitely be something for, I would say, smaller rigs, um, just because you do have some low hanging branches and a little bit of a hill to get down. So if you're super, super long, you know, you don't want to drag the back, obviously. And so, and it's this hill right here. It doesn't look that bad in the video. And honestly, it's not that bad. It's just, if you've got a 45-foot long trailer, it might not be great. And then up here, let's see, this is the first low hanging branch that you could hit. I would say it's probably 10 or 11 feet is what I would guess. Hold on, you're crooked. And yeah, I would probably guess about 10 or 11 feet. So, but not necessarily a roof killer. Um, but yeah, this area is super beautiful, super gorgeous. The only thing that would make it better is it is an extremely high flow river next to it. But if you look around, it is quite gorgeous. Tons of spots. Again, I think this would be more small rigs, and up by the vault toilets would be more big rig friendly. Without further ado, let's go inside and kind of get an overview, figure out where we can get water, stuff like that. So, okay, everyone, now we're inside. We're going to be looking at the areas of Yakima, Sela, and Natchez. The dispersed camping area, the BBQ Flats, is right here. BBQ Flats Horse Camp. So earlier I had mentioned a horse trough. That is, turns out, because this dispersed camping area is also an equestrian camping area. So if you see horses there, that's why. So it's going to be up here. The closest small town is going to be this town of Natchez. Natchez is a great town for gas, food, not really groceries. There is a market here called Slim's Market. It's kind of your hometown local grocery store that is a little bit more expensive and you never really know what they're going to have, but it is there for anything emergency wise. There is an Oak Creek Ace Hardware. This is where you would get propane. They also have a water spigot out front. You have a Circle K for gas. This Laredo Drive-In is a great burger place, and they have really good shakes as well. And this Sticky Fingers Bakery and Cafe is also a great place for breakfast, pastries. Sticky Fingers and Laredo Drive-In are both more weekend type places, not necessarily open in the middle of the week. Then we're going to come over here to Sela. Sela is going to be another town that you're somewhat close to. If you are taking Highway 82 right here, you have Sela Creek Rest Area eastbound, and there's also one westbound. Both of these rest areas have dump stations and water fill up that are free. So this is definitely something that I would utilize on my way in and my way out if you happen to be along this Highway 82. And then going a little bit more south, you have the large city of Yakima. This is kind of going to be your one-stop shop. They've got Fred Meyer's, Safeway, Home Depot, Walmart, I believe a Costco as well. So really anything that you need is going to be over here. And then let's take a little zoom out right here. Okay. So we'll zoom out a little bit more. In terms of things to do in the general area, but not necessarily super duper close, so we're going to have the dispersed camping right here, and we have Mount Rainier National Park right here. This is accessed via this 410, Highway 410. This is a beautiful drive. I would estimate, not towing, it's probably about an hour and a half to the top of this. I don't actually know what the area is, but it's this Tipsoo Lake. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous hike. I will say it is in Mount Rainier National Park, so if you have dogs, dogs are not allowed on the trail. But just outside this Sheep Lake and Sourdough Gap hike is great if you do have dogs because it's right outside of the national park boundary. This spot right here, though, is gorgeous views of Mount Rainier. I will actually insert some clips of taking that drive. It's, dare I say, the best views of Mount Rainier I've ever seen in person. Just gorgeous. And like I said, only about an hour and a half away. So a fun little day trip it with free camping. Um, and then let's go ahead and zoom in to the dispersed camping area. So you're going to be coming up this Wenas Road and then turn off onto Malloy Road over to here. And this area right here was in the video where I said that there's a small staging area. That's going to be right here. So then you're going to follow this road all the way down to here. This is going to be another sign here mentioning that you need the Discover Pass and basically all of the rules. And then you're going to come to here. This is going to be those outhouses, and this is basically that loop all through here with all of this just areas to camp. The first spot that I drove through was right here, this little loop. This horse trough that I found is back here, right here. If you end up going this way, do not do that in a trailer. There was a very large dip. I'll insert a clip of that as well. Very large dip that if your trailer's too long, you will definitely hit. Scrape the bottom. And then it looks like this road just goes up. I can't say whether or not there's any camping up there. I didn't go that far, but yeah. And then you've got this South Fork, Wenas Creek. When I was there, there was no water going through it, but and then what I ended up doing was I ended up going back out and going down this road. This is where I went and I said I was going to turn around, but then I ended up finding some more camping. And it looks like this was that area right here, coming down into all these trees with just lots of space for, again, smaller rigs. But as you can see, if you zoom out, these roads just go back and back and back, and there's just tons of exploring to do. This is what I presume people do on their OHVs or their horses. So lots to explore. Just remember, if you are going to be camping there, you want to leave no trace principles. Leave it better than you found it. You know, don't disrupt other people and respect the earth. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, and if you like this video, please like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm going to be trying to do campsite videos out here while I'm in Washington for the summer to show you guys cool places to stay in this beautiful state. It's so gorgeous. It's definitely one of my favorites. And I love, obviously, boondocking, so I can't wait to show you guys all of the really cool options around here. I haven't ever lived on the east side like I am right now. I'm used to the west side, so this is a whole new area to explore for me. So I'm really excited. And again, if you guys like this, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.